Well, hallelujah. It seems that Rick finally realizes that, I'm actually kind of powerful. In the Ossan Newbie adventurer trained to death by the most powerful party became invincible. And yes, in this one we are of course going over episode 3, reacting, reviewing, and analyzing it. So overall, I enjoyed this episode. I really didn't think the fight scene here with this examiner was going to take the entire episode, but it did, and they added a lot of information and developments during this fight to drag it out, but not in a negative way, but just to drag out the fight to fit the episode and give us some insights into Rick and how he got to where he was, and of course having the very satisfying conclusion to him absolutely wrecking this wannabe elitist prick by the end. And of course him inevitably ascending to E rank, because if not, well, what the hell is going on here? First of all, though, I do want to talk a bit about the thematic narrative this anime keeps on focusing on, right? I have talked about it a lot before, so I'm not going to go too much into it again to bore you, but I do just love how they keep just focusing on, yes, this man starting late, but because of insane hard work and training and effort and dedication and determination and everything else in the vocabulary, really has just gotten him to a point where he stands above basically everyone else. And he keeps just pushing against these expectations of how weak he's supposed to be or what he is supposed to be, though he is anything but. And him just following his dreams and pushing towards fulfilling his dreams no matter the opposition he faces. And in specifically this episode, I like how they are contrasting Rick, which embodies, hard work, training, dedication, determination, well, insane training really, but just hard work in general, versus Rast? Antagonist name, who had a talent, sure, and from an early age was probably praised and given everything, but because of his talent, he never refined his skills, he never really trained. He mastered something and mastered spells early on without much effort, and then just left it at that. Didn't see a reason to keep training, keep working, keep actually dedicating yourself to becoming better. And of course, in the end, why he, though talented, lost to someone that has way less or no talent, I suppose, but that trained beyond every worldly expectation to reach a level he has not. And I do like that sort of allegory, which can be just put into the real world or any other universe as well, of, hey, yeah, you know what, hard work pays off. I mean, sure, you should also work smart, not hard, but hard work always has a place in everything you do. Talent alone will not make you the best in the world. Talent alone will not carry you till the ends of the earth. Hard work, dedication, determination, and being able to push through adversity is equally or arguably more important than any amount of natural talent or latent talent you may have in anything. So once again, always happy with that sort of thematic narrative thing they are going with in this anime on that front. Otherwise as well, I actually was very happy to see the character developments we got at the end of the episode here, where we finally actually have Rick, I guess, realize that, I actually am kind of strong, aren't I? I'm actually not just an F rank, even though I was gaslit for like 2 years training that I was. But no, I'm actually kind of strong. I'm actually kind of powerful, and hopefully this realization that he has will just follow him in the rest of the season, and we don't get this sort of super stressed, self-doubty Rick, which we had in the first 2 episodes, but now he's like, no, having actually gone to, let's say, the real world here, outside my training montage with the insane S-rank party, I actually realized that, I do have power, and that might give him some confidence to, push forward in this world and make things much different in terms of how he handles his surroundings and people he faces. So that was very, very nice. I mean, I admit that the whole super dense thing, especially in this anime, if it would have gone on for much longer, it would have gotten very tiresome. But that he has this realization and goes from being dense to seemingly, hopefully, being not dense or realizing what's actually going on around him is more than most anime that have this dense as MC ever reach. So again, very satisfied on that point specifically. So hopefully Rick's self-insight will just continue the entire season and we actually get him now, let's say maybe actively going on adventures in the world to maybe go after this mythical monster that he has as his dream to defeat from his, storybook reading when he was a child. Otherwise, it was very sudden, but apparently the antagonist sister ended up sort of showing some modicum of respect and or deference to Rick after the fight with her older brother, even bowing to him, I believe, at the end of the episode before walking off. I didn't really expect that at all in any way whatsoever, but it seems that, okay, I guess after seeing her older brother fight, which she knows is super powerful in comparison to her, and then seeing Rick just kind of one-shot KO him, I guess made her realize that, okay, this guy is actually kind of strong. Like, I was wrong. I shouldn't have been so dismissive or whatnot. And it seems that her character actually might have some character outside of being just a bog standard antagonist. So hopefully they will do more with that. They also, outside of the sisters seemingly maybe getting some respect or deference to Rick, also the brother, of course, that lost horribly. It seems that he wants a rematch next time Rick is going up for a promotion, because of course inevitably he will go get up more and more promotions until eventually he reaches S rank. But it seems that he as well, maybe, though he doesn't want to admit it, understood in that final fight between him and Rick, or the final punch, I suppose, realized that, maybe this whole hard work thing has some value, And he might actually grow to be more than a cardboard antagonist, elitist prick like his sister by the end of the season. I'm actually kind of interested now to see how these two characters develop themselves, if at all, because I very honestly just expected them to be cardboard cutout antagonists that you hate and just see them get dumpstered and then they are off from the story. But no, it seems they will be at least around in the story, and we can get to see them maybe becoming more fleshed out characters over time. So, hey, if it happens, thumbs up. We'll have to see. But the biggest thing, of course, definitely being Rick and him having this self-realization, which will make the show just that much better, I think, overall. Now, if you have made it this far in the video, do please remember to like and subscribe. It greatly helps out the channel, and I thank you for everyone that does. Now, outside of the whole battle, of course, there always are some comedic elements and whatnot that we get in this episode as well. And, well, first of all, we have this fourth wall breaking analyst Adolf. Hopefully not the wrong Adolf, you know what I'm saying? Oh god, bad jokes. But Adolf, anyhow, who analyzes people and their strengths, and when he analyzes Rick, sees that, well, his magic control and body control and strength is off the charts. So he basically gets blinded by how powerful he is. Like, yeah, that makes sense. We get a short scene with the Booba Wars between the receptionist, Kohai, and of course the Dark Elf. Very bouncy boobas, I have to say. And we get some SA comments from this elf that apparently, he wants first, of course, Reinette to sit beside him. But she's like, no, I'm going to be SA'd if I do that. And then when he sees the boobas of the receptionist, like, hey, you come sit beside me. He's like, no, walk away. He's going to SA you if you do that. It's like, okay, well, okay then. I guess he has some questionable moral tastes. Makes sense. He does look a bit sketchy. But yes, throughout the fight, they do provide us a lot of info, which is kind of semi-humor and also just giving us background on Rick. It's like, okay, so even this S-rank party just spells it out that yes, Rick is S-rank already. Like, we've trained him harder than is basically humanly possible. And he is, at this point, S-rank, even after just 2 years of training. And that happened because, they literally just killed him off over and over and over again. And because the orc is able to revive people shortly after death, they just kept reviving him. I would imagine Rick has a lot of mental scars after being offed, unlimited numbers of times, being trained in the most horrible ways for 2 years. So I do feel for him, I really do. Also just that they actually take a second to explain why he was so dense in the first place, I appreciated. Because apparently the orc was so hard on the training. We saw one comment that is like, if it can't, break this massive boulder in one hit, you're barely F-rank. So they do actually somewhat explain why he was so insecure about his power level, because, well, he was just gaslit for 2 years by this orc that, no, even the weakest ones can actually do this. Like, okay, I guess that makes sense. He isn't just dense for dense sake. That even, made the comment of, oh yeah, he actually did practice this single spell 100 million times. It's like, is that even physically possible? Yes, because we use, time-space magic to, I guess, stop time. So you could practice this thing over and over and over again for, eternity until he finished. It's like, holy dude, this training is literally otherworldly. That is absolutely insane, which I guess is in the title, so makes sense, I suppose. Anyhow, though, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was nice. I thought it was good overall. I really like, overall, the character development, especially Rick realizing his own power, hopefully, and him just not being dense, not being self-doubting. not having these sort of nervous, stressy Rick expressions or Rick comments, but him being calm, being collected, being determined. And hopefully we get that sort of Rick moving forward. And if we do, I think this show will just be the better for it, and I will enjoy it just that much more. Anyway, what do you think of episode 3 of the Ossan Newbie adventure? Like it, hate it, leave all those thoughts down below, or any other thoughts or commentary on my commentary and the video. That being said, I hope you have a nice day, keep watching anime, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.